Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial we are going to be making this BUBU gown with ASOKE. For the main fabric I used crepe, and then the fabric in front and on the sleeve is ASOKE. So if you're interested in learning this, let's get started already. Meanwhile, if you're a new person, you're just seeing me for the first time, thank you for stopping by. But if you're old, thank you for always stopping by, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you. So now to get started, we placed our fabric on four folds. So the first measurement we are going to be taking is the length of my gown, which is 60 inches. Then as you can see at the top part, I drew a line already. So we're going to be taking all our measurements from that line. So after taking my length measurement, I'm going to go ahead to take my neck width measurement, which is 4 inches in this case, 4 inches. Then for my neck depth for the back, 1 inch. For the back neck depth, I'm marking out 1 inch and I'll go ahead to curve it. Then for the front neck depth, I'm marking out 8 inches. That's why you're seeing me open up the fabric to mark on the fabric under, because the fabric is on 4 folds, 2 folds each. So again, for the back neck depth, I'm marking out 1 inch. For the front, I'm marking out 8 inches. And the next measurement is the sleeve length. From my half back to the length of the sleeve I want, I took 18 inches. And then after taking that 18 inches, I went on to take out 1 inch. 1 inch for my slope. And then I'll connect that 1 inch measurement back to the neck width, like so. I took out 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then I connected it back to my neck width, as you can see. So the next measurement I'm taking there is my round sleeve. In this case, I took 11 inches, round sleeve, 11 inches. By the time I sew it round, it's going to be 22. But at the end of the day, 1 inch is for sewing allowance. So the main measurement there is 10 inches, but I marked out 11 inches. So that's me marking out my sleeve length, which is sleeve width. Oh no, length, which is 18 inches. And after marking out that 18 inches, as you can see, I took out 1 inch. 1 inch. So from the bottom, I drew a line to connect with the 1 inch measurement I took on the sleeve width. That's going to help our sleeve to look perfect after sewing. Now after that, the next measurement I'm taking is my shoulder to hip measurement. In this case, my shoulder to hip measurement, I'm taking 25 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 25 inches across the fabric. Then the next measurement here is my round hip divided by 4. Round hip divided by 4. And after that, I went on to add 3 inches sewing allowance. 1 inch is going to be for my sewing allowance, then 2 inches for ease. After getting my round hip measurement, I added 2 inches for ease, 1 inch for sewing allowance. So you're going to go ahead to use that same measurement to mark all the way down to the bottom of the dress. So I think I had about 13 inches down there. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark the same thing, my round hip measurement plus 3 inches all the way down. And after marking it, as you can see, I'm connecting the lines. So I'll connect it all the way back up, and I'm going to join that line to where I marked my sleeve width. So that is my sleeve width. I'm just going to go ahead to roll that line so you can see where my sleeve is ending. Just rolling that line there so it will be clear. Then I'll go ahead to mark my hip measurements on that line plus 3 inches. So it's just going to be the same measurement with what I had before. So I'll just go ahead and connect the line when I'm done marking. As you can see, it's the same. Yes, it's the same. It's on the same line. So I'll just join the lines like so. So at that point there, you just mark out 1 inch. It's not compulsory. You can just use your free hand to curve it, and then curve the sleeve to join it with the side seam, just so that it doesn't, look somehow at the end of the day. So now I'm beginning to cut to cut out the excess fabric. As you can see, I'm cutting out the excess fabric like so. So when we get to the sleeve parts, the sleeve width, remember we took out 1 inch. So we are going to be cutting on that line, on that 1 inch line, like so. So I'll just go ahead and cut out the rest of the fabric. That's just all for the measurements. So now I'm done cutting out the excess fabric. I'll go ahead and take out the the back parts of the main fabric. So I've taken out the back part of the main fabric. As you can see, that point where you're seeing the chalk is where I marked my 8 inches from shoulder to represent my front neck depth. So at that point there, I'm going to mark out 2 inches all the way down, 2 inches all the way down from that point. So after marking it out, I'll use my ruler to connect it. And now at that point there, I'm going to connect my neck width to that point where I marked 8 inches. This is the front part of the dress, please take note. So I'm connecting it back to my neck width like so. So after connecting it back, I'll just go ahead and cut it out, as you can see. So I'm done cutting it out. This is what we are left with. This is the front part of the fabric, and now this is the back part of the gown. So the first thing we are going to do is to go ahead and notch the center back, and then open it up and begin to join the shoulders. So I have opened it up. This is the back. So I'll just get my front piece like so, place it and join up the shoulder like so, then get the other side of the front piece, place it also, and also join the shoulder. Now I'm done joining the shoulders. This is what we have. So now for our ASOKE, for us to affix our ASOKE or attach ASOKE to this dress, we're going to go ahead to take measurement from the center back, the place where we notched. I'm taking that measurement all the way down. Just place your tape at the center back and take your measurement from there to the front all the way down to the bottom of the dress. So because my tape is just 60 inches, when I get to 60, I would stop there like so, then bring back the tape and begin to measure from there. So at the end of the day, I'm having 66 inches. Now to cut my ASOKE, this ASOKE is already the width is about 6 inches, and the length is quite long. It's even longer than my gown length. One side gown length, yes, in this case. That's way longer. So now to attach your ASOKE, always remember to add extra 3 inches. You can add 4 inches or whatever. So when you're attaching it to the main dress, in case you have a shortage, you still have something to cover up for it. Do not cut the exact same measurement for your ASOKE. Now after that, I went on to join the ASOKE together. I joined 2 ASOKE together. That's where I did the joining, and I top stitched. That's looking very neat. That's going to be representing our center back. So now remember the place where we marked 8 inches for the front depth. I went ahead to notch my own. If you didn't notch it, just go ahead and mark out 8 inches. Place your tape like so, mark out your 8 inches and notch. Now we are going back to take our measurements from the center back again all the way down to that part where we notched. This time we are taking our measurement from the center back all the way down to that part where we notched, and in my case I had 13.5 inches from my center back to my front neck depth. That's the place where I notched. I had about 13.5 inches. So now my ASOKE is on fold. Remember that upper part is where we joined it together, and that's going to be representing our center back. So from that center back, from that beginning part there, I'm going to mark out 13.5 inches. That is my front neck depth. That's where we are going to be having the opening. Front neck depth 13.5 inches. Then I'll go ahead and take it down to where I want my slit to start from. So in this case, my slit, I'm starting from 44. You can bring it up, you can take it down. It's totally dependent on you. Now, after marking my front neck depth opening to my slit opening and my slit opening, I'll go ahead and mark and divide the ASOKE into two, like so. So I'll just make that mark and rule a line on that mark. Go ahead and divide your ASOKE into two. Please ignore that second line. Divide your ASOKE into two like so. Mark on it. Just connect the dotted lines like so, and then take it to your machine. So from this place where you started marking down to the end of where you stopped marking, that's it. Just sew the middle. Sew on that line from the beginning to the end. Now I'm done sewing on that line. I'll just go ahead and turn it to the back so you understand. Now that's my sewing. I started from the up there and I ended down there, as you can see. So we have an opening up, we have an opening down. So now we are going to go ahead and turn the ASOKE like so. Just turn it in like this, and after doing so, you go ahead and iron it properly just so it will stay well. So I'm done. I've also gone ahead to iron it, and this is what it looks like after ironing. So to place your ASOKE, to sew it or attach it to your main fabric, just make sure that center back on the ASOKE, that center where you did the joining, or my own center where I did the joining, I made sure it's aligned with the place where I notched. That is my center back. I aligned it like so. I went on to pin it down. I'll just go ahead and pin it to a certain point, and after I'll take it to my machine to sew it all the way down. I'll sew both sides. I hope you guys are understanding. So I'll just go ahead and sew it. I'll do the same thing for the other side. Now I am done sewing. So our dress is almost ready. That's what it looks like all the way down to the bottom of the dress. So I'll trim out the excess ASOKE. Now for the sleeve, I went on to cut my ASOKE into two pieces and then folded it like so. I'll go ahead and iron it properly, and after that I'll place it on my sleeve like so. Now that's the sleeve opening. So I'll just place it like so and sew it together. I'm done. I did the same thing for both sides. Now that I'm done, I'll just go ahead and fold it like so, with the right sides facing each other. Please don't mind what you're seeing here. Make sure you turn it inside with the right sides facing each other, and then sew the sleeve all the way down to the side of the dress. Now after sewing, this is what I have, and that is it. The next thing we are going to do is to go ahead and hem the bottom part of the dress like so, and after that I gave it a good press and my dress